Sound, a group of vibrations.
Falling down now, I need a friend. It'd be stupid to pretend, too washed up not to defend. Not feeling normal, you can see, sinking outward silently. Can't pretend that it's not me. We were talking, you were walking. I see feelings up a creek, and here again I said we were talking, you were walking. I see feelings up a creek, and here again and again. Fallen picture of a family, folded model from a magazine. Somehow these things, they inspire me. A broken bottle, a shard of glass, abandoned buildings I always pass. It's true that life goes way too fast. We were talking, you were walking. I see feelings up a creek, and here again I said we were talking, you were walking. I see feelings up a creek, and here again and again.
From the beginner to the professional, from the novice to the master, from playing and experimenting with things to create a masterpiece. These are all the elements in art, and in this show, the art is sound. Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, and thanks to a performer that was scheduled to come, but things happened. But she supplied me with some great talent here, and we want to give props to Miss Betsy Freeman for sharing the talent. But we're so fortunate to have James Carroll here. Great to meet you, James. How are you?
Good.
Okay, James. You know I have these questions I like to ask, and I see you're a big California fan there.
Yes, sir. No choice, but not by choice, by birth.
Hey, same here, except I'm not leaving after looking at the rest of the country. Not to say it's bad. No, I love Cali.
Yeah.
Well, anyways. Oh, by the way, before I even get there, what was that first song we were listening to?
That song was called Up a Creek.
Up a Creek by James Carroll here. That's great. Now to my favorite questions. Now, I want to know what makes James Carroll James?
Um, I mean, I guess the best explanation would be uh, heritage. My mother is from Vietnam. My father is Irish. So that has a lot to do with me. Just growing up in a immigrant family. My dad was in the Navy when he met my mother. She was teaching Vietnamese to soldiers who were going to Vietnam, and then he was stationed here in the '80s, so that's kind of why I'm here. And yeah, I mean it's much deeper and much more complicated, but that's the most general. That's the gist of it. Yeah.
Complications is good. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise everybody be the same in a sense. No, no, this is America. We're all kinds of
Right.
ways. Yeah.
Right, right. Um, yeah, growing up half Vietnamese, definitely, and I look like a Caucasian, but I felt different. I felt different. In my house, Vietnamese was spoken a lot, and you know, I just felt, a little different amongst my peers. So, I guess perhaps the music is in a lot of ways my way of communicating with people.
It's okay because I grew up in a family where we all basically look alike, but hey, I was the odd one out too. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be so much a culture thing. It could be a family dynamics too.
True. Yes. Um, I'm the youngest of three boys, so um, I was expected to play, expected to be a spoiled brat basically, which is what I am.
Don't be ashamed.
Yeah, so that also has a lot to do with it being the youngest of three brothers. Yeah, that family dynamic definitely plays a role in my artistic side. Yes.
Okay, James, that's great. So now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. I want you to dig back in your memory banks, far as you can remember, and think what was the very first sound you ever remembered hearing.
Um, you know, my parents kind of stopped listening to music when I was sort of young, but um, I would say that perhaps my first memorable sound would be the sound of Pavarotti. My parents, they listened to Pavarotti, yeah, back in the day, and ABBA, and Jim Croce. They listened to a lot of. My dad liked a lot of Jim Croce, but yeah, Pavarotti is like going way deep.
Yeah, it's very deep, and
Yeah.
that's a unique sound for sure,
Yeah.
and musically related as well.
Right.
Okay, now let's go to the music side.
Yes.
What was the very first sound that motivated you to go look for that beautiful ovation of yours and start playing and becoming a singer-songwriter?
Well, I didn't start playing the guitar until I was 14, but I started writing music. I started writing raps when I was 11, and I hate to say it, but Another Bad Creation, Aisha, the song Aisha by Another Bad Creation. I remember that definitely inspired me as a young man or as an adolescent. Um, so yeah,
So Bad Creation inspired you to
Another
become a
Bad
singer-songwriter.
Creation. Yeah, they're
Another
ABC.
Bad Creation.
Yeah, they're called ABC. I was like 11 or something, and I was listening to like the R&B station, and yeah, I loved the wordplay, and I loved I mean, it just seemed like a lot of fun, just like tongue twisters and stuff.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, let's get a song out of you. What are you going to offer us?
This next song is called Hell to Pay.
Hell to Pay. And you're going to have another song with that?
Yes, after that I'll be playing Bourgeoisie.
Hey, Hell to Pay and Bourgeoisie with James Carroll. Take it away.
raise flags when an unfurled slow decay. For you and me, the distance between us still fathomed by genius. We're fed intravenous, our brains clot. They deceive us, then we get the government that we deserve. Where was right is not right, and what's wrong we can't discern. There's gonna be hell to pay. There's gonna be hell to pay. There's gonna be hell to pay. We must castigate the conglomerates, or else the days will end up in decay. Go! There's gonna be hell to pay. There's gonna be hell to pay. There's gonna be hell to pay. We must castigate the conglomerates, or else the days will end up. We must castigate the conglomerates, or else the days will must castigate the conglomerates, or else the days will end up in decay. You see the bourgeoisie's is tyranny. Oh no. You see the rats feed on the scraps. It's nature's way to effing kill it all. Stop, start up again. Indignant fleas spread all the wrath. No such stopping, there ain't nothing you can do. Oh, 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 you've got the fever, you can't see her. It's inside you. It's the sign of the plague! 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 No such stopping the plague! 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 No such stopping the It can't be me, well it must be you. So say goodbye
cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hell to Pay and Bourgeoisie by James Carroll. Boy, those are powerful songs. What inspired you to write those?
Hell to Pay was about the Iraq War. I don't think that human casualties are necessary, but there's the people in power that seem to think that it is. So it's just sort of a plea, you know. And Bourgeoisie was actually based on a book I read by Albert Camus called The Plague. And I sort of took that and made it into sort of a class, symbolic symbolism, class symbolism, describing how the bourgeoisie are on the top, the rats are like the middle class, and the fleas are like the lower class. And yeah, that's kind of how that came about.
Seems like history's repeating itself, huh?
Yeah, I think Stanley Kubrick said that the only thing we can learn from history is that we can't learn from history.
That's powerful. That is very, very powerful. Now, do you have any mentors who inspired you or that motivated you to pursue what you're doing in music?
You know, if I was to say like there was what my influences were, like, yeah, I mean, I definitely listened to a lot of Led Zeppelin, and I listened to a lot of Bad Religion and Sublime, and I listened to a lot of Mike Patton. But you know, really, you know, my friends were really talented people, and it's like Andy Lee, Dan O'Neill, Mike Suh, like. You don't know who they are, but they're really great musicians, and they influenced me more than, you know, any of those rock bands because I was, you know, hanging out with them.
There you have it, folks, right there. You don't have to look in very high places to find your inspiration. It could be someone close to you, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that you know, there's so many bands out there. There's so many struggling bands out there. You know, we should try to support like the more local level. So, yeah.
Yeah, some of the greatest talent is right under our nose, and we'll never know it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I guess just access and convenience is kind of what makes our choices when it comes to music. You know, radio airplay and commercials and basically advertisement sort of sticks, you know, our choices under our noses when really, I mean, you should just be out encouraging your friends and trying to go to their shows and, you know, just try to be positive for them because everybody starts somewhere and you know, with all things grow with love.
And that's why we need to support Pasadena Media, which is public access, for we have guests like James Carroll here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And, okay. Now, do you help or mentor others?
I mean, I have a little girl. Yeah.
There's someone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so like, yeah. When it comes to encouraging people to do like as far as like art's concerned, I think really just being there is number one. I mean, you don't have to say anything. Just show up and listen and try to learn from them. You know, you don't have to you know, be overly assertive. Just be an ear. Yeah, just be an ear, be an eye.
I have to agree. I learned that as being an educator. Turned out I learned a lot from my students.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's like beginner's luck kind of thing. like some of the greatest acts of genius comes from just being an amateur, not thinking about it too much.
Amen to that. Let's have another song.
Yes, this song is called Corporate Suicide.
Corporate Suicide with James Carroll. Take it away, James.
Control! Who want control? Who want control? Who want control? Do not have to die. There is a reason why I aspire to. Do not have to die. There is a reason why I commit suicide. Do not have to die. There is a reason why I aspire to. Do not have to die. Reason why I commit suicide. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it's Amin L. And Thursday night is live with Jeff Hodge. Come on down and check him out.
Corporate Suicide with James Carroll. We have this demon. I really don't like it, but we're going to postpone the demon and talk now. What are some of your future projects?
Gosh, I've written a lot of music. I'm just sort of over the recording part of it. It's so tedious. Kind of takes all the fun out of it. So I should probably start recording stuff, but for now, I'm just trying to gig a lot. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to play out. I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm trying to enjoy all the hard work that I put into writing and going out and giving it life. Giving it life.
Great. To help give it life, how can the audience get in contact with you?
Yeah, if you want to get in contact with me on either Facebook or Instagram, look up James Peter Carroll. That's Carroll with 2 R's, 2 L's. Or if you want to look up my music, that's lampposts.bandcamp.com. That's lampposts with 1 P.
Sounds great. Gee, I hope you do come back again.
Yes, absolutely, sir. I would love to come back.
We'd love to have you back. Well, anyway, what are you going to take the audience out with?
This song's called Butterflies.
Butterflies by James Carroll. Folks, this is another edition of Sounds Within with L.B. Smith, and we do hope you do come back and see us again down the road. Peace.
We are tired, we are bored. When it rains, it pours. How did it ever get so bad? Rain or shine, do take cover from the elements. What restraint has got you down? It makes my heart break. just a butterfly. I'm teaching myself to fly. When will I die? Why should I care to know? With bees condoning suicide, you try pulling your guts outside. Then I ask if your pain and life's comparable. Don't weep, sweet lullaby, and be crucified, but otherwise feel